This is very subdued compared with last year. I remember, Jim, when you came up and your friend from L'Arche tackled Sister and knocked the glasses out. What a special night. And it was very non-subdued last night as Danny Ertle heard that the Browns drafted Johnny Manziel. And the scream that went down Valley Brook in Brexville was exciting. Thank you so much to the great staff here. Sister, Barb, Marion, Colleen, Brian, and now Rick. I love this place. It is a holy place, as you've heard so often tonight. Thank you for making us always feel so welcome. And I'm so grateful to the board, both past and present, for this honor, and for all of your work that fuels Jesuit spirituality in Northeast Ohio. I recall so many good meetings with Sister and with Father Dister, Sister and Dister, another sister. Sister, you always love God's children, and I thank you for your ministry there as you look for those students. And Father, I remember Saturday morning meetings where you'd say, we could be there at 7:30. And so right after football practice with the freshmen, I'll be over to join you. Mom, thank you so much for sending me to St. Ignatius, where I got to meet the Jesuits. Amazing Jesuits like Ken Stiles, Bob Welsh, Jim Lewis. Men who have changed my life and truly ruined me for life. It was an opening of the windows, much like Vatican II, when the Jesuits said we need to get lay people involved in the spiritual exercises. And I feel so blessed to be a part of that. And I remember clearly with Jim Skirl and Joe Toner being the first wave, the experiment, the people that were already goofy anyway, so let's try getting them in this. And all that Jim Lewis has done. I see the great work of Ignatian Spirituality each day as I venture down to Walsh Jesuit and see Don Petcash, Jack White, Dick Toohey, and Emmett Holmes and Jim King from farther away, blessing us and bringing us closer to God in all things. We prayed with the Walsh Jesuit seniors today on their last day before they head off to senior experience. We do the examen in union with Jesuit high schools throughout the country each day. And we will have students making a silent retreat across the parking lot in a couple of weeks. The exercises are alive and well. And if you need a chance to experience them, this is the place to grow closer to our loving Lord. I see God's presence in our prayer group, our great friends, the Gabors, the Leaches, and the Carfagnas. And Jim, thank you for inspiring us all, truly living for the greater glory of God and placing prayer at the center of life. The mantra for JRH is this is a place of peace. A spirituality, a place with the Jesuit concept of imagination, a place of Eucharist, reconciliation, prayer, and conversion, as we read about in today's story of St. Paul. I have one story to tell of a time it was not a place of peace, and it involves the great Clem Metzger. We had just finished a retreat. We had 60 students with their bags ready to go. And Clem had the idea that maybe they should go outside and experience God in nature. And as each one went out, he moved closer to the door and kept shepherding them out. And then when the last I went out, he locked the door and began to vacuum as it poured rain. And that's Clem Metzger. It was time to get on to the next group here at JRH. But from that very first Kairos, where in the middle of 60 students praying, the fire department came running in because the alarms are triggered. And I'm sure those guys still wonder to this day, what the heck were those people doing at JRH? And so many Kairoses, so many students through the years, many here tonight, who have prayed, come to know God in all things, wanted to contemplate God's love via contemplative and action. And so many adults, women and men alike, spiritual leaders who have committed and are better people and make us a better church, a better diocese for that. To burials of saints, former teachers of mine in the back. So many alumni and friends retreats, most of them coordinated by Ed Mullen and Joe Mosca. And this has been so important for our family. Carol's parents live right around the corner. And many Sunday nights, as her dad grew sick with dementia, we would come here and take a walk as he got agitated. And to see the statues and the beautiful presence as we walked. For Mary to give confirmation talks here. For Danny and Tim to make retreats. For Annie and Katie to join Papa on those walks. For Tim to meet friends here on his Kairos. Carol and kids, thank you so much for all that you've done. For this special place and for you being here tonight. I am so deeply honored to be recognized. Go JRH. Go Browns.